position and
Game
will make
one,
you play
time
a lot
in.
of tough shots.
0-0.
So there are really no easy points when you're playing Federico.
There's that
Side
backhand on full display from Connor Garnett. Gets the side out early.
And that's what I mean about his movement to that backhand side. A lot of players would have been stretched out so far they'd have to go to one hand, but Connor moves over there well enough to where he can get two hands on it and create a problem with his two-hander.
1-0. Side out.
It's a nice finish for Federico Staksrud. Second men's semifinal. Winner of this one, of course, will square off against Ben Johns.
0-1.
Well on his way to another Triple Crown. At least has 2 more events to go, but
some of that may come down to me, Michelle.
no pressure.
No pressure,
Just
right?
gonna say.
1-1.
You know, a key member of that equation in the booth with us here. Colin Johns, Mish McMahon in the booth. Bringing you the action.
One.
Just wide for Staksrud. Garnett takes the early lead. Former Division I tennis player out of Santa Clara University.
Side out.
Cross-court winner from Federico Staksrud.
1-2. Point.
And I have to say, Federico is one of the most accurate on that shot with the forehand. Whether he's hitting it from the middle or from down the line, he picks his spots and he hits his spots really well.
On the run, Connor Garnett.
Side out.
Two-handed backhand. He says he models it off his baseball game. That helped him the most with that backhand shot.
2-2.
It's interesting. As somebody who played baseball growing up, I guess I could see that. Of course, you see the tennis, but I could see the baseball a little bit too.
Side out.
Said it helps him with his contacting, getting on top of it. Maybe it's something to implement into your training sessions with Ben Johns. Throw it in there.
You never know. Don't give Ben a Connor Garnett backhand, otherwise it's even worse for the opposition. It's the one thing in the Ben's singles game that he doesn't have quite as good as some of the other top players. He doesn't have the ability to pass you left, right, center with a two-handed backhand. So we'll have to add that one to the practice sessions. That's a nice adjustment off the net. Made that look easy, but a lot of times when the ball hits the tape like that, especially if you're expecting the ball to come fast, it's very easy to flail at it and lose control.
2-2. Point.
Another point for Staksrud.
3-2.
Oh,
well, that's nasty.
How'd he grab that?
Let's see how far he extends on this lunge. This was pretty impressive. Wow. Because it's so easy to come up on that shot too, where you're low to begin with, but then you spring up too quickly and the paddle face is going to come with you.
Point.
And that just changes the trajectory of the shot, but he just does a great job of getting low and staying low.
5-2.
A lot of length for Federico Staksrud as well, and a beautiful sweeping shot cross court.
Yeah.
6-2.
Wow. And Federico Staksrud is dialed in.
Again, great feet to get around this and plenty of time to get balanced and creates the angle inside out.
7-2.
Big angle for Connor Garnett.
Side out. 2-7. Point.
Connor Garnett was last
3-7.
on the podium in Utah in late August. Got a silver medal there. And a clean passing shot on Staksrud.
$4-7.
Yeah, he was the last victim of Tyson McGuffin in that tournament where Tyson completed his Triple Crown.
Point. $5-7.
Garnett
Point.
closes the gap, down just one
Timeout
to
receiver.
Staksrud now.
6-7.
Timeout called by Federico.
6-7. Side
So
out.
like that return is just lower, it's faster through the court, and Connor doesn't have quite the ability to lock and load.
7-6.
And even though he had a good ball, Federico's able to cover the volley.
Point.
Just wide there. And a
8-6.
2-point lead for Staksrud.
Side out.
Had the winner down the line. Just missed it top of the tape.
6-8.
That's another good return there.
Side
Even though
out.
he's going into the strength of Connor, that's just good enough in terms of the pace and the depth with the forehand to where he can at least cover the net for the volley and in some cases get the error like that.
8-6.
Ooh. Sneak attack to sneak attack. What a response on the back door from Staksrud.
Yeah, and this is just a dangerous shot from Connor for several reasons. One, he opens up the ATP,
9-6.
and also if you're running that hard over to cover the ATP or the potential down the line, it just completely opens up the cross court. So against someone like Federico who moves that well, it's just, it causes too many things to be open.
Side out.
Good counter attack down the line.
6-9. Side out. Nine, 6. Side out.
And Connor giving him a taste of his own medicine there with the return through the court, not allowing Federico to get his feet set quite
6-9.
enough. Whereas that one is just floating, and that's all the difference.
Point.
Earns the overhead. Let's see. 2-point deficit for Garnett.
And you can see the toe tap as he goes back for
7-9.
that overhead on the replay. You got to make sure to reestablish both feet, otherwise you could be pushing off out of the kitchen and have that foot
Side
fall. You
out.
usually see that one in doubles, but it does happen in singles occasionally. It's almost like those NFL players when they're trying to stay in bounds. They just got to quickly toe tap to make sure that they're reestablished.
9-7.
It's a great serve from
Point.
Federico. And also steering that to the Garnett forehand, which definitely is the worst returning side for him.
10-7. Side
Got
out.
the one he wanted. Nice serve to set up the inside out forehand, and he just missed it.
So where's the target for Garnett's serve on Staksrud?
He seems to be trying
7-10.
to open up the court here, so into the corner.
Side out.
And it looked like Federico covered all of the inbounds, and fortunately for him, his swing came up empty. And the ball
10-7.
landed out.
Point.
Game
Game.
point.
11-7.
Sealed by Federico Staksrud. The
0-0.
timeout, and the referees you see on court will be calling the non-volley zone. Haven't had
Point.
too many issues so far today.
Although, if memory serves, when the last time these two played at Tournament of Champions, there was a disputed line call. I believe it was on match point, and I think it was Federico that wanted to challenge, and he couldn't because he didn't have any timeouts or challenges left, and the match ended on a call like that, which was unfortunate. And I don't know if the ball was in or out, but I believe that's how the last match between these two actually ended.
0-1. Side out. 1-0.
What an angle from Federico. Staksrud gets the serve right back. What does Federico need to continue to do on his side to close out in 2 games here, Colin?
Serving aggressively the forehand has really worked well for him to open up his accurate passing shots, and everything sort of falls into place for him after that. So if Connor's getting deep returns, I feel like he's going to have less opportunities. And certainly keeping Connor off the scoreboard, trying to hit those good penetrating returns.
1-1.
Big backhand setup for Connor Garnett.
One.
Just missed.
Side out. One. Side out. 1-1. Point.
Backhand on the fly for Connor Garnett has continued to be fruitful for him.
2-1.
Two crazy angles on both sides.
That was a nice dig. Very good volley to finish.
Taking a page out of Ben John's book with that backhand carve-out angle.
3-1.
Connor Garnett takes a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it was out. Side out.
Serve was long. Federico
1-3.
Staksrud will take it back.
Oh, he had him.
Side out.
He had him going the wrong way and just barely overhits the forehand. But that's the sort of point that Federico wants to play. Hits a pretty decent serve. Is accurate with the first forehand pass.
3-1.
And gets his look. Oh, wow. I don't think he intended to be quite that good, but I think he surprised himself on that. That turned it. Yeah, Federico. Definitely some English on that one.
1-3.
That's a nice serve, and that's where Federico's at his best. He hits a good serve, gets his feet set, and then you got a problem on the next shot.
Two, 3.
Cat and mouse from Connor Garnett.
Side out.
With the first backhand deep to the corner. Lures one soft.
Yeah, the primary concern was getting the toe far enough away from the kitchen line to where he wasn't going to fall forward.
Twinkle toes.
3-2.
And Federico gets away
Side
with
out.
a mediocre return there. Got it relatively deep, but it's just sitting there right on Connor's forehand.
The topic of the kitchen
2-3.
from a moment ago. How challenging is it to develop that foot awareness?
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily that difficult. In the very beginning, you kind of have to force yourself to stand close to it and sort of take your fear out of getting really close to it. And foot faults will occasionally happen. They're part of the game. As long as you're not all over the line all the time, I feel like visually it's not that big of a challenge. It's just more in the beginning, knowing that it's important to hug the line.
4-3.
Beautiful passing shot cross court from Federico Staksrud. Recaptures a 2-point lead.
And so far, this is very much scripted for Federico to win this match.
5-3.
Connor's not been able to run away with too many passing shots, especially on that backhand. They've been at a minimum,
Timeout receiver.
and he's forced to call a timeout here.
Finals against Ben Johns, a place he's been before in the gold medal match
6-3.
4 other times this season. Ben Johns has won all 4. Connor Garnett sends that one into net, and we have a moment to welcome in Cameron Blackwood to the booth. Joining us now in for Colin Johns, current female pro on the tour.
Happy to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Side out.
Middle of a 2-game thriller between Staksrud and Garnett.
3-7.
You hear her, now you see her. Cameron Blackwood joining the show, and Federico Staksrud taking over the show.
His confidence has just rose so much just throughout the end of last year and the beginning of this year, and I think it really affects when you see that serve being so deep. He's willing to risk it, even going a little bit long, knowing I have the next shot.
Earned that one with the deep serve, to your point. Set himself up. Connor Garnett in some trouble. Down 5.
H3.
What mobility from Staksrud and some crafty angles from Connor Garnett.
They're both just so quick, and Connor used to sometimes pull the backhand a little too wide or go for it a little too much, and now just really honing in on the court awareness that he has here on the pickleball court and just creating incredible angles.
3-8.
And then you have an angle like that from Federico Staksrud after hitting corners just a moment ago.
Speaking to Connor back in Atlanta, he was saying that his serve was really setting him up and really taking those grips. And right now he's almost easing it in a little bit, and I'd like to see him go for it a little bit more.
And a little Ernie action from Connor Garnett. Takes the serve back on his side.
I love when I see Ernies in singles.
3-8.
That is so good from Federico Staksrud. Holds the backhand. Deceives Garnett. Takes the serve right back. How was he able to hold that and be so deceptive with it? Just wide there.
I think he's just really utilizing his movement up there, up at the kitchen line, and they play each other almost every other weekend, so they know which way each other is going to go, and I think he knows that Connor's backhand is more of a threat, so going to the forehand side of Connor is probably going to get a better look at a winner.
Garnett, a 4-point mountain to climb on the 2 seed.
I wanted to get this point, but he hit his serve a little bit harder, a little bit deeper, really set him up in that point nicely. Just wasn't able to finish there.
H4.
Well, long for Staksrud. Serve right back to Connor Garnett.
I don't think he was looking to hit the court on that one. I think Fed was looking to hit body right there on Connor.
4-8.
Hit him and it's yours.
Side out. Challenge, all right.
I think we might have our first challenge in a while.
Timeout. After video review, the call stands. The ball is out. So loss of a challenge, loss of a timeout. We'll resume play at 8-4.
All right, call stands. 8-4 lead for Federico Staksrud. Timeout loss for Connor Garnett for losing the challenge.
8-4.
ATP
Side
attempt
out.
from Federico Staksrud.
But as you see, Staksrud's really attacking the forehand side of Garnett right there.
4-8.
Connor did well to go ahead and make sure he was ready for that next one, but look for him to continue attacking.
Well, forehand delivered that time for
Point.
Connor Garnett. Pop-up chance delivered, down 3.
5-8.
Pops it up to the backhand of Federico Staksrud, who takes the gift.
And as you can see, he just at the very end there put both hands back on the paddle and did a practice swing right there. He's not used to hitting those one-handed flicks that Staksrud had, that Ben John has. So
8-5.
a little bit more time with that one. I know he's going to develop that shot, just doesn't have it yet, left it high.
Good finish there for Garnett.
Side out. Five, 8.
ATP almost defended miraculously by Staksrud. He hangs on,
Point.
takes another point.
Incredible pickleball right there, just covering so much of the court. And
6-8.
it just shows how much Connor is so comfortable on the court right now, knowing he took his time with that ATP, placed it well enough.
Just
Point.
barely wide for Staksrud. Garnett pulls back within
Timeout
one.
receiver.
Time point comeback from Connor
Time in.
Garnett.
7-8.
Sparked a more interesting match here.
Side out.
You can just never count Connor Garnett out of anything. I mean, as we know, he never stops moving, even on timeouts, even when there's a challenge on the call. He's just consistently moving, and he really just does believe in himself. He believes in every shot. So
8-7.
look for him to continue moving forward and see if he can't get this game.
There's a good response from Staksrud. Builds another 2-point lead. Looking for his 3rd gold medal of the season. He earned 2 so far in the year.
9-7.
First one in February. Wow, that one hooked
Point.
in around the corner to find the corner.
Such an incredible shot, and that just comes from the ground strokes of tennis. He can really just whip it in there last minute. And
10-7.
Connor wasn't sure, is it going in, is it going out? So just a great shot there by Staksrud.
How about that response? Crafty play
Side out.
from Connor Garnett. Saves a match point. Not out of it yet.
7-10. Side out.
I didn't think it was going over just by how he stood up, almost just stopped playing. And that's just what's so difficult about singles is you have to stay low, especially with the paddle not creating that spin sometimes like it can with a racket.
10-7.
And so needed to stay with that one just a second longer.
Match point number 2 for Staksrud. Almost gets it.
Side
An
out.
impossible ball to track down just wide. Connor Garnett saves 2 match points.
7-10.
Staksrud's been using that pattern time and time again.
Side
A
out.
deep return to the backhand. Garnett continues to go up the line to his forehand, finishes at cross court. I would like to see Garnett go ahead and go cross court, see if he can't dip it into
10-7.
the kitchen on the backhand side and force a different look for Staksrud.
Gets another one back.
Side out.
Match point number 3 save for Garnett. Now he's stuck on 7. Can he get off it here?
7-10.
Yes, he will.
Point.
He got exactly what he wanted right there. Good break there for Garnett.
8-10.
Hands battle at the net, and that ball called wide on Garnett, who is looking perplexed like he saw that ball in. That's as close as it gets. Love the split screen on both sides.
Looked a little wide just right off the bat when it was played live there. Looks like there's not a challenge.
10-8.
He lost one of those earlier in the game,
Point,
and that
game match, 11-8.
is how the match will conclude.